Hey, we back. It's been a minute really before Thanksgiving, man. It's like I'm having the MMA withdrawals.
For well, it's been some MMA, but it's not no UFC. You feel me? We had the
Yeah.
PFL, Bellator, some solid cards.
I mean, I watched the PFL. Do you watch this shit as well? I mean, it was cool. It wasn't
Yeah,
wasn't ass. It was getting better. It's definitely getting better. It's not comparable to UFC as far as the end product right now, but UFC's put the work in and the blueprint and the top of the top. Here at least they acquired Bellator, so you saw all the Bellator champs
yeah.
in there, facing off. So it's good to see because Bellator did have the better roster, so it's going to be able to see if they like how the PFL champs will measure up to the Bellator champs. I don't think they have PFL doesn't have the one. I think 185 or no one. There's two weight classes they don't have for the men's. So I think it's the 185 to be honest. Yeah, because Brenton didn't even fight. The fight was like a super fight. Like it wasn't for like the belts and stuff
Yeah,
that Brenton was fighting. So because they're trying to do more showcase fight is what they call them. So
yeah. Like who
trying to get the
what?
big names in.
Nah, yeah, for sure. They're trying to get the big fights with that Saudi money.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, shit. Let's get into this card then, or I guess we got to recap not last week, but 2 weeks ago. Just since it's been a while here, we're still up. We're doing great on this show here, MMA here. We're doing last event was the 18th, and to count us off, even though we weren't super crazy profitable today for the show, for the lifetime of the show, Nesto's 21-21, but he's up 20.05 units. So that's big units right there. And then for me, I'm 24-16-1, but I'm plus 10.7 units. So we're making. If you're watching the show, if you're following, man, you're really cashing these big bucks out here. So keep supporting, keep sharing it, keep putting your picks down, whatever you need to do. But we're back with some UFC Austin, Texas, for all those Texan fans. But yeah, it's actually a pretty cool card for not being a pay per view.
No, yeah, it's like the old school fight nights when they would go on the road again. So they gotta make it stacked. You know what I'm saying? They can't just have it at the Apex with like just put whoever. But yeah, when they go on the
Yeah,
road, it's pretty solid. Man, it's a good main event for sure. For
you
sure.
feel like that now? Now that they do this, now the Apex events are even worse. Like as
Yeah,
far as the fights.
for sure.
Mhm. But yeah, we got Benil Dariush, Armin Tsarukyan card, but we're gonna start at the bottom because that's what we do, and that's what Drake said to do.
Yeah.
We got a women's fight here. We got Veronica Hardy, aka Veronica Macedo. She's the one that came back after she got married to Tom. Was it not Tom Hardy?
Dan
What's
Hardy.
Dan Hardy back, and she looked good in her last fight. She's 7-4 though. Record's not sexy, but she took a little break. Still young, and her last fight in the UFC was against Juliana Miller, who she won by unanimous decision. She did look impressive, but like we've said on this show before, red flags. Juliana Miller is a red flag. The competition isn't good with Juliana Miller. Like she could grapple, and she's tall, and she's a tough chick, but really skill wise, she's not there yet, especially not with the striking.
Yeah, but
Then you got her.
she handled her easily though, right?
No, I'm talking about what's her name? The opponent. Jan, what's her name? I just went back there. Vanessa fought Juliana Miller.
Oh,
I'm saying Miller doesn't have hands.
oh yeah, yeah. But shit, as long
Yeah.
as she won, especially unanimous decision, that's how it's supposed to be. Who would have been an L?
Yeah, Juliana Miller sucks though. So that's
Like
why I was
even
like,
be.
she did look good. Vanessa did look good. I would say that. And I was leaning on her side as first. But as I'm digging into Jamie Lynn Horth here, undefeated, but I mean, she hasn't done much. She's a little old. And she hasn't beat really impressive either. Her debut was against Haley Cowan, who's not very good either. But a way better kickboxer than Juliana Miller. So that's kind of what put me on pump the brakes here on Vanessa. Because money did come on Vanessa and or Veronica. I keep calling her Vanessa. I'm tripping.
Yeah,
Veronica Hardy as a small underdog, but I think now on odds wise, it's about a pick'ems, right? Let me check here. Yeah, it looks like Jamie Lynn Horth is minus 125 on Bet Online. Veronica Hardy's 100. So there was early money on Hardy because I saw it went down to pick'ems. Now it's looks like Horth is in a slight favorite. Still, women's fight, anything can happen. So I think Veronica Hardy, if I like her side, would have to be dog money. That's the main thing for me. But at the close to pick'ems, I'm leaning toward Jamie Lynn, but I
Yeah,
haven't fired yet.
yeah, it's a sketchy fight. I don't even know.
Yeah, like I don't like the way Jamie Lynn Horth is fighting. She's more of like almost like a worse version of Jasmine Judavicius.
Yeah, because
Like that type of
nah, she's
vibe,
raw. Because you're talking, oh yeah, they're both Canadian, but yeah, you're talking about red flag about who she beat, Juliana Miller. This chick, well,
Haley Counter
Dan
sucks
Hardy's
too.
wife, Veronica Hardy, she lost to Ashley Evans Smith.
Oh, yeah. Back in the day, if you go further back, there's way more red flags. I try not to go like Bea Malecki. Yeah,
Because she
like
only
you
got a
said,
little bit of
Ashley
fights,
Evans
that's
Smith.
why. She only got
Yeah, because she took a huge break for a minute to get better. So she did suck. I would say she really sucks beforehand. Like before that Juliana Miller fight, she definitely sucked. And that's the only thing that's keeping me like thinking Veronica has a chance, because I was like, she did improve, but it's also like Juliana Miller makes you look good.
yeah.
So I haven't fired yet, but like I said, I've been going back and forth on this one. This is sketchy for sure.
Yeah.
You might be, but I mean, everyone likes to start out the night on the first fight, a little something. I hate to say the word, we always say pizza money, but maybe if you just degen about it, then you might want to take a shot. But moving forward here, we're going back to some full body picks here. What we got? We got Wellington Turman going against Jaron Gooden. This is kind of an interesting one. I mean, kind of garbage, but kind of interesting at the same time for those that are fans.
Yeah, I think Wellington bounces back here for sure. For sure.
Yeah, he's and then odds wise, Wellington's about a minus 180, 185, 187 here. And Jaron Gooden's about plus 160 or so. I kind of agree with you on that, man. I've been on the train of Wellington as far as like, oh, this is his bounce back, and I've been losing.
Yeah.
But on that, but like I said, I hate to go back to it, even though it's burned me. Yeah, I think this is the bounce back fight. It's a good matchup for Turman at this weight class. He tried it last time. We thought the new weight class was going to be good for him at 170. But then Randy Brown's a tough ask. I think Jaron Gooden's like a toned down, way worse version of Randy Brown. So maybe this is the test here. But I would say this: if he loses to Gooden, I'm putting Turman on my never again list, bro. Hell no. Okay, I can't keep getting just fucked up on this one, man. I gotta learn my lesson. This is definitely the last time. Wellington Turman here, but Jaron Gooden, I mean, he got a puncher's chance. He always does. He got that power.
Not really.
He ain't it,
Like his stance, the way he be in the ring, like his fight style is kind of whatever. He takes a lot of damage. I feel like Wellington will be able to just use his grappling, if anything, to win the fight.
Mm-hmm. Way more well-rounded. Yeah, like you said, kind of like unbalanced striking. I feel like when he does fire all his power, which he's not like, I wouldn't say like a super power puncher, but when he does, I feel like he puts so much power in it, he has no balance, and then he exposes himself or puts himself in like vulnerable positions.
Yeah, I don't like his stance when he's fighting the Gooden.
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna move forward with this, but I'm thinking Turman might be one of my. I haven't fired yet, but I'm getting close to firing here.
I might have to throw him in a parlay. So,
man, this is another interesting fight, man, because the odds got me a little confused. We got Rodolfo Bellato against Ihor Potieria, who, to be honest, I mean, Potieria is not that good either, but the odds are lopsided. Let me share this here. We got Bellato at minus 475 right now, and Potieria at plus 375. And I mean, probably Bellato should be the favorite, but he's still a new guy. He's from the Contender Series. Let me share this here. 11-2. 11-2 here, and I mean, he really hasn't fought anyone that I would say is special. He's brand new. He's jumping in, and Ihor Potieria is kind of like on that desperation mode. 20-4 here. He lost to Olberg. He beat Shogun, which isn't saying too much because Shogun was old at the time. And Nigger Marinu, however you say his name. Yeah, he finished him. So, I mean, mid at best. But, he still got that punching power. He has a decent size. And I think the odds are a little lopsided. I think Bellato has a way better chance to win. But damn, minus 450 on a Contender Series guy that wasn't like crazy impressive, you know? Like this ain't Jalton Almeida.
Yeah,
Like what the fuck?
that's pretty wild. Hey, I don't even want to touch this, but he looks cooler. The Brazilian guy looks like a cooler fighter.
Yeah, like in theory, he should knock him out, like with his striking, but it's like, damn, bro, what the fuck, 475? Is somebody seeing I'm not seeing? So
Yeah,
I'm gonna pump the brakes because I would throw
same.
Bellato in a parlay, usually a greasy one, but then with the odds being so wide, I think he should be more of like a minus 220,
Yeah,
250.
what's the under?
Under over right here. I don't even think it's out yet. Let me check.
Should be
Oh, under
out.
over 1.5. The
Ooh,
over being 150 plus 155. Wow, plus
damn.
money. So they're saying it should be a finish.
Yeah, I mean, I would pick violence. Like, shout out to Die Hard. Feel me?
Hey, shout out to Die Hard. But yeah, violence under 1.5. I know we like to go over 1.5 a lot because that
Yeah, that's usually my
everyone's-
go-to. Go over, especially when I see 1.5 a lot. That's usually what I lean towards. But if there's gonna be one of those fights where dude's just gonna come in and go crazy, like both ways, so
yeah, that's another thing is like Poteria is down to go in and scrap
I
too.
mean, I feel like that's his only way to win. Also,
Mhm.
against this guy.
Against Bellato. Bellato's the bigger guy. He's like a bulky ass guy too, 6'3", you know. So yeah, I mean for the pick Bellato, but I wouldn't recommend putting it in a parlay. I could see this being that like most favorited one because I think he's the biggest favorite on the card, and then like just ruining a parlay or something, you know.
Yeah.
And
Would
then
you
you're
throw
just
it
like,
in?
God damn it.
You wouldn't even throw it in like the greasy one.
I was thinking of when I first looked at the card, I was like, oh, this is something I would. And then as I looked deeper, I was like, nah, man, I don't know. I was thinking of I just think it should be minus 250. I mean, he still should win, but I just think that's so disrespectful on that crazy odds, man. Like Pateria don't have a chance at all.
Yeah.
That's the part that kind of sketches me out. This card is a little interesting, man. I feel like maybe because we took a 2-week break or whatever, or 1 week, I guess, but it felt like 2 weeks. I'm like, damn, this is UFC again. I'm so used to looking at NFL and NBA and stuff throughout the last couple of weeks. Next up, we got
this is a stat card for sure.
yeah, with some good matchups, man. UFC does a good job. We got the Vitiligo homie. He's real good. 20-6 from Brazil here. I don't even know how they say his name though. Melquizal Costa. But Mel, I'm gonna call him Mel, like Mel Gibson. And man, this kid has potential, man. He only lost as far as in the UFC to Thiago Moises, who's a pretty solid fighter.
Yeah.
And even though the last fight, Austin Lingo, I'm not a big Austin Lingo guy to be honest. So the win was cool, but it wasn't like crazy impressive. But this kid has potential. He's well rounded. He could strike. He definitely could grapple as far as BJJ goes. The only issue I see here with him he is going to be a huge favorite, by the way. Where is he? He's minus 230 right now, with Steve Garcia being plus 195. Steve Garcia, his opponent, is 14-5 and 31 years old, so kind of late in his career as far as that. But he did win in his last fight against Shalon Nurdenbeka, and he beat Chase the Dream Hooper, which is America's favorite sweetheart. So, I mean, obviously, I like Costa as far as the fighting, but here's another thing where I'm going minus 230 on this kid again. Is it going to be a lot closer of a fight than that, So it does put me leaning towards the Garcia side as far as value at plus 190, plus 200 probably he's going to go to. But what do you think on this, man? I haven't fired on anything on here.
Man, I don't know. This was gonna be a close fight. I really ain't seen the Costa guy fight that much. But
Yeah, he's only had like 2 fights.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But damn, I don't know. I might have to just roll with Steve.
I think the value is on there, man. Steve will give you a puncher's, like, put up a good fight. He's pretty durable for the most part. I mean, he's down to get knocked out. Went too far here.
Yeah,
but he's fought the guys that are strikers,
Yeah, he's been in the game for a minute. Actually, I think is he really 41?
No, 31. Sorry.
31. Okay, I was like, what the hell is this shit?
41 would be crazy.
I was like, yo,
I'm like, nah, I'm good off Steve at 41. 10 years from now, Steve's not winning this match. Yeah.
Damn, I don't know. I might have to go with the Brazilian because I don't know. We'll see. I'm pulling for Steve, but I might have to go with Brazilian.
No, I feel you. I mean, rightful
The
favorite again. I agree with that. I
Braz-
230 is a lot though. But
Brazilian Michael Jackson. I don't know. I might have to rock with it.
hey, shout outs to my boy. He got vitiligo like the model Penny. What's her name? You know what I'm talking about? The
Yeah.
famous model.
But as I said, like MJ. That's what MJ had.
Oh, he had some of it, and then he just went crazy with it, right? With the bleach.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Shout out to all the
But
vitiligans, man. Shout
they
out to
still
y'all.
said his dick was black or some shit though.
Damn, that's what the ladies say.
Pause. Pause.
Pause. What MMA SmokeOut is taking a interesting turn here. Oh man. So next up, man, we got Joe Selecki versus Drakkar Close. Joe
Ooh.
Selecki, 13-3. It's a pick'ems fight here, pretty much. And Joe Selecki, the grappler, man, he beat Carl Deep in a rear naked choke last time. Looked great grappling. He beat Alex Da Silva, who's pretty decent, pretty awesome as well, by decision. And then here's a kind of a red flag is well, not a red flag. Jared Gordon, he lost by a split, but Jared Gordon is pretty good. Kind of underrated. Got screwed out of a couple fights, and then he's beat people like Jim Miller, Austin Hubbard. You know, pretty much all the mid tier guys. And Jim Miller's a little old. That's all. And then Drakkar Close, who was almost like a prospect at one point, but he's getting a little older.
Yeah, and
15
then
and 2
he's always having like issues in his fights now, or like coming into the fight, he's having some kind of issues. Like his last fight, I guess he was having some kind of issues, and he ended up winning though. But damn, he
Yeah,
hasn't
he
fought
always has
since
issues.
July of last year. That's kind of sketch, especially somebody like him. I don't know. I'm gonna have to wait till
Yeah,
the weigh-ins probably.
no, I agree with that. I was leaning towards Drakkar Close and up on the surface, but then I agree with you. And looking deeper, it's like, I mean, you know, he's been sketchy in every fight. You know, everyone's overrated him every time going into the fight. He doesn't perform as well as what people expect, even though he
Oh
beat
yeah.
Rafa Garcia and stuff and Brandon Jenkins. But those guys are like mid-tier guys, you know.
Ever since
Um,
he pulled out of that fight after he got shoved by Stevens, I can't like I don't know. It's kind of
yeah,
like
that was maybe the turning point. I've seen videos
sticky,
about that.
sticky.
Uh, but look at if you go further back though, he had some good wins. I mean, he even though he lost to Dariush, I mean that's a big name as far as the division goes. He beat Gagos. Shout out to Gagos. He beat Bobby Green. That's a big one. Lando Venata.
That's when Green was like on a downfall, or he was like in a little rut. But this is all
Mhm.
before the shove too. So
Correct. Yeah, this was back in 2017, 2018 type of range. So
yeah, because
different time.
I was at that fight where he got knocked out by Benil Dariush.
Yeah, so I mean the chin. Here's the thing, though. I think the matchup is what does make me lean towards close right now at the price. I've actually been a big Joe Selecki guy, but the problem is he's super one dimensional in that sense. He's trying to improve his striking, but it's very mid at best. Has no power behind it, but his grappling is like super amazing, premier. You know, so if he does get a grapple, get you on the ground, that boy is about to just dominate him. The problem is if it happens to stay standing or whatever, Drakkar Close can knock him out, can beat him on the striking.
Drakkar Close is like his strong suit was like his grappling though too. So
Like his wrestling, right? His more of wrestling. The other
yeah,
guy's like a BJJ guy. But I would say this, look at this. Drakkar Close has never been finished as far as the submission goes.
yeah, no, yeah,
But he's
his
never subbed
grappling
anyone
is solid.
either. Yeah,
And he
so
just
all you
he
need
just
is the
uses it to
defensive
stay
grappling.
away. Because in his hands,
So
like he likes knocking people out.
yeah, so with that being said, I do lean Drakkar Close, and I'm getting close to betting it. The only thing that's making me hesitate as well is the line was like minus 130 or something, and money's gone on Selecki. So there's been money going on Selecki, but right now I do lean close, and I might fire that at if he goes into underdog. You know, unless someone knows something about his mental health or any of that outside stuff, I need to monitor that. So you're right. Maybe we wait until closer to weigh-ins when we physically see him, closer to fight time. You know, maybe search some Twitter, see if there's any crazy shit going on in there. Because these fighters be wilding out, bro, more than like some of these athletes. Unlike, because they're just regular people. They don't make the same amount of money as some of these guys that are top dogs. So like they just have regular people problems too. You know, that's just crazy. Next up, we got your favorite fighter, bro. He's back. Cody Brundage.
Then he just Is this one that just lost his fight that won on DQ or some shit?
Yeah, he won by DQ on that hit to the head. But Cody Brundage, man, underdog plus 190 against Zachary Reese minus 225. Cody Brundage 9-5, and he's been fighting pretty actively often. You guys most probably recently seen him fighting Jacob Malkoun, where Malkoun was dominating the fight and hit him in the back of the head with an elbow.
Yeah. How come they just didn't run it back? That's whack.
And then everyone thought there were going to be no contest or something because it was so early in the round, or is in the first round, and then they ended up giving the victory to your boy Cody Brundage, man. But before that, he's on a 3-fight losing streak. He's pretty much lost to anyone that's like kind of mid to high mid tier in this division. So I mean, he should be the underdog. I mean, he could wrestle, but he likes the problem is
who's the other guy though?
Oh yeah, he likes to wrestle, but he also likes to pull guard. That's sketch. You know what I'm saying? Other guy here, Zach Savage Reese, 6-0, 29 years old, kind of a newer guy here from the Contender Series. He beat the dude by armbar, but he's also knocked some fools out all in the first round. Every single fight he's had has been finished in the first round. So, man, Brundage seems like a quitter, right? So I'm definitely throwing Zach Reese in my money line parlay minus 225. I'm throwing him in there. Grease it up. Grease me up on this one. What do you think?
See, Brundage is a quitter, but he been fighting like solid people. This guy, he's just coming off a Contender Series. And how do you win on the Contender Series?
Armbar.
Man,
yeah, first round armbar.
I think there's value in Brundage if he can go out there hard, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, you're looking at someone that sprinkled some money on Brundage last fight. That's like what, 425 or something.
Hey. And you won.
Yeah, no matter how you get it done, right? As long as you win. But no, I mean, yeah, there always usually some value on Brundage just because he's gonna obviously be the underdog. He's not. Now that you've seen him fight, it's not sexy, So I feel that, yeah. No, I like Zachary Reese here for me. And as far as like, I guess I wouldn't like to go submission, maybe inside the distance. What's inside the distance here? Oh, plus. Oh, hell nah. They said fighter inside the distance, Zachary Reese, minus 190. What the fuck? Never mind.
What about Brundage in the distance?
Plus 285. There you go. If you think he can finish somebody like that.
That's like his only way to win.
Yeah, maybe that's a better look even than the plus 190. Might go plus 285, plus 300 somewhere.
But yeah, no, he's a sketchy guy.
I'm greasing it up for that one. Next up,
it's like he's halfway 1 foot in, 1 foot out of the UFC. I don't know.
Yeah, that's the hard part. I mean, that's why at least he's a dog. But okay, we got some chick fights here. Got the full body
Tate is fighting.
One. Miesha Tate, Cupcake, man, still here against Julia Panda Avila. And the crazy thing is, it's not crazy at all, but Miesha Tate's the underdog. Miesha Tate plus 140, Julia Avila minus 160. I mean, you got thoughts on this? Since you must be a Miesha fan, though.
I mean, Miesha Tate's a throwback, but it's like, damn, she still got it. She got mopped up in her last fight.
You're right. She's been definitely getting mopped up. She's 37 years old, man. She's on a losing streak. As far as fighting anyone that's anyone, good.
Yeah, she got mopped up by Caitlin Vieira. I forgot which one was it where she was leaking hella bad. Was it against Lauren Murphy? I don't remember, but
crackhead Lauren Murphy.
One of those fights, she was getting her ass kicked.
Yeah, it might have been both of them. So, and even the ones before that, but like, yeah, you're right, man. It's hard to see. I mean, there's nothing you like when you see her fight, right? Other than her, but like,
yeah. Oh, but this girl hasn't fought in a while.
Julia Avila. Yeah, man. Julia Avila is an interesting one, man. She's 35. She's hasn't had that many fights, surprisingly. Last time she fought was in 2021, where she beat Julia Stoliarenko in a rear naked choke and then lost to Sarge in 2020, Sajara Eubanks, and then beat Gina Mazzani and like Panny Kinzad. And I remember like when she first started in the UFC and her beating Panny Kinzad, I was like, okay, she might be pretty decent or have some potential. And then she just like had so many canceled fights, had so many issues, and to be honest, she's not getting any younger, man. So it's like you forget what is she even really good at the end of the day. So like UFC does, they did a great matchup, and
Yeah, I think
so
I
I
don't
don't know.
know. It's just sketch. I think I'm gonna do bad this week, but I'm gonna go with fucking Misha Tate for sure, for sure.
Hey, I'm on the same wavelength there as far as like value goes. I mean, I haven't bet on this fight because it seems sketch. My evaluation of Avila was wrong in the past. I thought she was better than she really was. And Misha Tate doesn't look great either. But if you're gonna give me plus money, I think this should be a pick'ems. You know what I'm saying? Like plus 140 might be great. That's value right there.
Yeah, you might
So
want to go the over too. I don't know.
yeah, like do you see any of these girls? Misha Tate's a pretty tough girl. What's the under over here? Oh, shit. Under overs 2.5 rounds. Oh yeah, the overs minus 245. So there you know. Maybe it's a greasy parlay piece. You might throw in there, but as far as the pick, I'm gonna go Misha Tate.
Yeah, I'm
Misha
gonna
Tate
go with
as
Misha
well, man.
Tate too. Fuck it.
Fucking some value in there. Get some dog money. Next up, we got the main cards going. Puna Heli. It's what's his name's cousin? Puka. No, Puka Nakanu or Puka Nukua.
Punahele
Punahele
Soriano.
Soriano versus Dustin Stolfus. Man,
Man, I don't fuck with this Stofus dude, so I'm gonna go with Punla. You know, this fool
sketch, right?
he be throwing them bombs, but yeah, it's a sketchy fight. But it's literally what's the odds? Because this should be able to go either way.
See, this is where it gets you because when you look at it, I thought the same thing. So Soriano's minus 255 and
Damn.
Stolfus is plus 215. So then I'm like, damn, Soriano as a huge favorite sucks every time.
The thing is, he sucks against like grapplers, so I feel like if he can keep it standing, I think he can win. I'm rock with the Hawaiian, bro.
Yeah, I like the brother. You know, he's my vibe. Pause. But he's 9-3, 31
That's
years
not
old.
bad.
He's getting a little. Yeah, he's getting to the age where it's like you need to get in your prime. But he's fought in pretty decent competition. I mean, the people he lost to, Kopolov's pretty good, kickboxer, lanky. He did a split decision on Maximov. That was a little sketch. And then we beat Brendan Allen, or he lost to Brendan Allen, which is a respectable now that we look at it on the last main events. But he's beaten Dusko Todorovic and some of the mid-level people, you know,
Yeah,
Pati, Pickett.
which is also what Stolfich is also. So
Yeah, so it's like more his level of a fighter, you know, compared to who he's fought in the past. Stolfus, about the same age, 32 years old.
I think,
And he's
yeah, I
fought some
think
decent,
Puna just gonna put the size on him too. Pause.
just try to overpower him and get
Yeah,
that boxing in. But he's lost to Abus here, and then he
yeah.
beat Dwight Grant, who sucks, and GM3. Some decent
He,
people, man.
he beat Joe Piper.
Yeah, due to arm injury. So I
Oh,
mean,
okay. Fufu.
yeah, but for me, I mean, I do think Punahele is the should be the guy that wins and should be the favorite, but the odds are crazy, man. I don't think Soriano should be minus 255. That's
Yeah.
another one that it's greasy that I'm like, I don't feel that could be a parlay buster. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could see that happening on a decision. Soriano's a tough guy. He's not going to get knocked out. So that's another thing you got going for him. I don't think Stolfus can knock him out.
No.
Yeah, I truly don't. So it's a one-way street there. But for value-wise, I'm going Stolfus just because I can't trust Soriano at minus 255. At a pick'ems, I'll take Soriano all day, you know, all day with those bombs that he's throwing.
Yeah.
For those that want to take it down, let me look here. The knockout prop for Soriano is plus 130. That's the most common outcome. But you still get at least some plus money with the knockout. So might look at that if you also like Soriano as well. Next up here, as we continue the main card, we got your other favorite, the Carpenter, baby. He's back. Clay Guida versus Joaquin Silva. But the odds are once again Guida underdog plus 270, Silva minus 320. You know, we all love ourselves some Clay Guida. You know, he's a legend. 38-23. Like, goddamn, how many pro fights you got? 41 years old. You know, great cardio. But he's kind of on the decline, you know, as far as just like he's not getting better as he's getting older. So, you know, the other guy's not too young either. Joaquin Silva, BJJ guy, 12-4. He's 34 years old, a lot younger, but not like super young. But look at the people he's fought, like He's only had 2 UFC fights. He fought Armin Tsarukyan, lost to him, which Tsarukyan is pretty good. Jesse Ronson, he beat Flying Knee, who's a nobody really. So for
Nah,
me,
this is
I,
a yeah, it's a close fight, bro. He's fought in the UFC since 2015.
Guida.
No, Joaquin Silva.
Oh yeah, you're right. He's been
Yeah,
there way back too.
yeah. So
Um,
this is like really close, and he's lost to nine. I feel like if Guida can just wrestle and keep it grappling and make it nasty, he could win it.
For
But
those
then he,
that you could sprinkle, he's a huge dog.
yeah, I think I would do like an old school parlay. That's what I'm gonna do. Old school parlay, Misha Tate and Clay Guida.
Just the nostalgia
Yeah.
parlay, big money parlay. Yeah, you could probably get some big money. I'm just doing it right now. It's a plus 790, plus 800 parlay for those two.
That might be
Just for those out there that got some pizza money, that want
yeah.
to.
Drop like dub on that.
Yeah, would you rather do that or fucking like dominoes? Like, of course I'm gonna go put some money on the fights. Like, come on.
Domino's crust be smacking though.
But hey, what we got here? So for me, Joaquin Silva, I just think he's gonna pull this out. Obviously the odds are a little much at minus 300, 320 is a little much, but I'm gonna put this one in my greasy, man. I'm gonna lube it up,
Ooh,
make it
you
greasy.
put in faith. What's
Yeah.
the odds on the over?
Under over is 2.5 rounds. Over 2.5 is plus 115. So they say it could be a finish. There might be value there at plus money. I feel like Clay Guida's pretty durable.
Yeah, if you don't get caught like slipping and like this guy Joaquin Silva, like he's kind of mid too. You know what I mean? He's not like
he's not an elite. He's not elite.
yeah.
You can't be in the UFC
sure.
for that long and haven't done anything to be elite.
Yeah,
So
rock with Guida.
Guida for the shout outs to all the carpenters out there. Hey, but who do we got next? Okay, Sean Brady versus Kelvin Gastelum.
This is still on. This fight's still on for sure.
Well, let me check. I believe in Tapology first. As far as Tapology is, it's still on.
This is two super pull out fighter guys right here.
You just tell him. I'm surprised he'd be making weight.
This is his first fight at 170, and who knows how long.
This fool loves tortillas and shit. No, but can't be eating all those extra tortillas. You know what I'm saying? Trying to make weight.
No, but he's a savage, man. He's the only one that took Izzy to like such a beat, like a fight like that. It's just him showing him, like you said, he be grubbing. He's been fighting at 185 for like his whole career when he should be fighting at 170. So that's like the interesting thing about this. Is it too little, too late? It's a perfect opponent with Sean Brady, who had hella hype, but then all of a sudden started pulling out a lot of fights, and then came back and got slept by Bilal. So
Bilal, remember the name.
Got slept though, which
hey,
was
everyone hated. People still hate on Bilal, but
but
you can't deny his greatness.
Yeah, but sleeping though, like getting slept by Bilal is like kind of crazy. But because his hands are just so like robotic and slow sometimes. You know what I mean? Bilal Muhammad, but I'm gonna go with Gastelum. What's the odds on this?
Yeah, Sean Brady's the favorite, minus 135. Gastelum's plus 115. So pretty decently close odds. They expect this to be pretty competitive, as I would expect. But let me see where the money's been coming in. This actually opened around like closer to Pick'ems, and money's been going on Brady, but not crazy. So for me, I mean, like all things you say were definitely true, man. Because if you look down here, Gastelum coming back has been actually kind of impressing me. Like you said, like it just depends on how he comes in mentally, and as far as physically on his weight.
No,
so we might have to see.
His last fight was crazy too. He had to like dig deep. Who was it against?
Chris Curtis, who's a great journeyman, who's a solid ass fighter.
Yeah, that was a crazy fight too.
Yeah, and Gastelum was eating some shots that he's like would knock people out, and he would survive them.
Look who he lost to too. Is like
Cannonier, Whitaker, Hermanson, pretty much like all the top guys in the division. Izzy.
The Till fight was a robbery, but yeah. 170 is interesting, so for sure.
We got to see the scales then, huh?
I'm going with Kelvin, man.
Yep, Sean Brady. Like touching on Sean Brady here because I like Sean Brady here. He did lose to Bilal Muhammad most recently by knockout, standing knockout, where
Yeah,
dude was
if he got
standing
slipped,
sleeping.
if he got slipped by Bilal, Gastelum was gonna win.
Throw some hands. And who else we got? Chiesa, Jake Matthews. So he's kind of moving his way up here. Like you said, he was kind of a prospect, and now it's like his first taste of defeat to see how he bounces back. For me, he's not super young, but he's still in the prime of his career. So I'm gonna
But
give this shot at the price here with
it's just the
Brady
only thing.
minus 135.
He's coming from like life-threatening injuries. That's why.
Sean
So
Brady, yeah.
yeah, that's why I just feel like he's just not there no more because he had like a super nasty staph infection.
Staff. Who else has
Yeah,
some nasty? Oh, Paulo Costa right now, right?
Gastelum too. Gastelum had to pull out of his last fight due to staph infection in like his face.
Damn,
So like, yeah, man.
damn, the staff is real. Just like Achilles
Yeah,
pit.
that's what killed RIP. That's what killed Kevin Randleman.
Damn.
If you never heard of him, go look him up, man. He got some crazy ass fights. Pride
He died
FC
from staph?
legend.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was eating like his leg.
Ugh.
Like
Ugh.
they dropped pictures of it. It's literally like, and he's a buff ass motherfucker, and like his legs were like paws, like like a feet of his body. You're like, yeah, look at his legs. His hamstrings were like insane, and like the picture they
Ugh.
showed was like just a staff eating away of his fucking legs, looking crazy.
That's crazy. That's gross. But yeah, be careful, y'all.
Yup.
Around open wounds and blood and all this different germs and shit on here. But yeah, that's gonna be a good fight. I like these matchups, man. The main card is pretty solid on this. Next up, we got the Puerto Rican Rob Font against Davidson Figueroa, the Brazilian. Man, this is
Oh wow.
a good matchup because it's a new weight for Figueroa. He's going up, right? So it's a different Davison. Let's see what the odds are. The odds are got me kind of tripping too, man. We got Rob Font, the favorite,
And this is a good ass main card for sure.
minus 140. Figueroa's like plus 120, 125. Yeah, this is a crazy one, man. Rob Font, 20
Too
to
bad.
7.
Too bad this isn't a 5 rounder.
Yeah, this is the weight they need at 5 rounds. He lost to Corey Sandhagen, man, and last fight before that he beat Adrian Yanez, and he's pretty much like fought the who's who kind of in the last recent fights. I mean, he lost to Marlon Vera, that's a respectable loss, and Jose Aldo, the legend. Uh, so I mean, he's lost to other people, but he's fought everybody, and he's had good wins and good losses. I mean, Ricky Simone, who I think very highly of, he's beaten. So Rob Font is no slouch, man. He's pretty decently well rounded. We saw that he
Oh,
could like defend some of the grappling better than he thought, even though he's known for more of like striking and stuff like that. But Figueredo is like legendary in the lower weight division,
yeah.
that jockey weight.
That's
But
why it's gonna be interesting to see him at 135, especially you've been fighting small guys the last whole thing. So
yeah.
now you're gonna fight a real, 135er in Rob Font.
And how do you feel about it's good to see Figueredo fight someone else other than fucking Brendan
Moreno.
Moreno? Yeah, it's like goddamn.
Uh,
Like the last time he's fought someone other than Moreno was back in 2020
against who?
against Alex Perez, where he just
Damn,
guillotined.
all his last. Well, he was supposed to fight Manel Cap, but he pulled out. That's a really unfortunate because that would have been a good ass
Yeah,
fight.
that would have been a banger. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's why
Damn.
Manel Cap was getting pissed too, right? He was pissed about the pullout, pissed
Yeah,
about
he was
all.
wilding out his last fight. Remember going
He
bad
was
on
walling out
everybody.
about Kai Kara France.
Yeah.
Pull it out too.
Remember he was gonna beat Adesanya's ass.
He was going, yeah, he was going crazy. They should have just done. They should do mix weight.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Rob Font, Puerto Rican. Got to represent. You feel me, Boricua.
Hey, I'm on the same wavelength, man. I can see why he's minus 140 or the favorite here. He's the
Yeah,
guy that runs the division. Figueredo is good. Don't get me wrong. Well rounded, hella fast.
because imagine if
Um,
like Figueroa fought like a Corey Sandhagen. I don't know, bro. So
exactly. So I think the weight move is going to be a little different for him. And then also he might even be almost like a little shocked going against somebody else for so long. I don't know. I mean, I'm just making that up as far as like how that would change the equation, but
yeah, that is wild. That is that he's only been fighting Brandon Moreno. Like what the
yeah, and
fuck?
Font is not like Romain. I mean, I guess you could say they're somewhat similar in a sense, but you'd have to stretch that. But
Unlike Moreno, like he fought Kai Kara, he fought the dude he lost to.
Mm-hmm.
Who was it? What's the guy, the champ now?
Oh, well, we gotta go back here. Corey Sandhagen. We got
No.
Adriana's Marlon Vera.
I'm talking Moreno's last fight. Who did he lose to?
Oh, oh, he lost to Pantoja.
Yeah. Because I'm saying how what happened was going on with Figueroa, how he only fought Moreno, and then Moreno fought, like I said, Kai Kara,
Mhm.
Pantoja. You know what I'm saying? He mixed it up still.
Yeah, like he's seen different looks, like Kai Kara in between their fights. Like he fought somebody else. No, I know what you mean. Like so that parts
So I
makes
feel
me,
like
Rob Font.
a lot of that inactivity. You know what I'm saying?
And then some of the power hits that Figueredo uses in the lower weight division at 125, I think those shots Rob Font could handle as well.
Yeah,
And he's going to be able to deliver more power back, more power than Moreno could deliver, I feel like, with Rob Font. And Rob Font's boxing is pretty crisp, man.
yeah,
So yeah, I'm with you there. I'm leaning on Font. I haven't fired this one, but I'm leaning heavy on this. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna fire on it. Probably after this show. So yeah, I'm going that side as well. Fuck yeah, let's go. Sorry, Davison, but yeah, I think your time's up. No offense. We'll
yeah.
see.
Well, no, I think it's just the matchup is bad.
Yeah, as far as him being champ in this division, I think too.
Like
Like
I
I
feel
don't know.
like Yanez and Figueroa would be a better fight. Like I don't know.
Oh, that's true. Like a banger like that.
Yeah,
Hell
because
yeah.
I think Rafa is just gonna be too technical. Use the jab. You know what I'm saying? Maybe do some of them drag takedowns, some shit like that. But we'll see. Maybe Ferrer can just go in there and smoke him. So you never know. We're gonna find out.
Maybe if he could get the grappling, I think if he get the BJJ going, like get him to the ground and start doing take his back or something. But I think the percentage of that happening is not super high. So I'm
Yeah,
not, but I could see that happening if Davison does do well. I could see him like coming in, maybe striking a little bit, but then really ultimately grabbing his back and trying to
yeah.
go that route
I don't,
like a monkey.
I don't like this fight coming up right here. The Tupac
Oh, the
and Jalen
short
Turner.
notice fight. Oh, they don't want the full bodies on Bruz. All right, well, screw you guys then.
Yeah, I think.
Um,
I don't
Jalen
know. It's
Turner.
gonna be a close fight. I mean, Jalen
Jalen
Turner's
Turner
kind of
short notice.
over. It's kind of overhyped, right? He's like a prospect, but he kind of like in the fight against Hooker, he kind of like blew it. Like he just fell off later.
Yeah, man, Jalen Turner. Let me tell you the odds before we go any deeper, because this is what ultimately made my decision as well. Jalen Turner short notice fight minus 225 right now. Bobby Green plus
Disrespectful.
190. Who was originally set to, and don't get me wrong, Jalen Turner. Physically, he's just like the guy that you would want in MMA, right? Like long, lanky, well-rounded. But he's on a 2-fight losing streak. He's like you said, lost to Dan Hooker and Gamrot, who are respectable fighters, especially Gamrot,
Yeah.
by split decision though. And he's beat some decent guys, but Bobby Green, man,
Resurgence after knocking out that little homeboy.
yeah, he
What he?
just knocked out Grant Dawson. He didn't take any damage in the fight, pretty much. He's beaten or been competitive with like kind of the top notch people for the most part, even in a loss.
No, yeah, that loss to Drew Dober, he was winning that fight, but then he got hit with a
Yep,
shot.
talking shit. You got caught.
Got hit with a shot, so he went up lights out. But other than that, he's been doing solid. Man, I might
Yep.
have to go with Bobby Green. Fuck, they disrespected him with that line. Should have
Yeah,
been at
no,
least
I'm on that.
Pickens.
Look at the resume, bro. Like
Oh yeah,
resume's not everything because
he's
new guys are different, but
no, yeah, he's fought the who's who. And then, but the thing is, short notice for him. He's actually been training for this fight. He's supposed to fight Dan Hooker, so
yep. And it's not like Jalen Turner is a brand new fighter. He's been in the UFC since what, like 2018. So he's fought some decent people, but like that's where you can start comparing resumes because he's had years in the UFC. It's not like a fighter just had 1 or 2 fights in the UFC. You can't really use their UFC resume the same way, right? So yeah, in this case, I think it's disrespectful that they did that to Bobby Green. I fired him actually. What is it? 2 days ago on Sunday. Plus he was plus 210, but even at plus 190, take that. I would take him at pretty much at plus 150 or something or better. I think any good plus money is worth to get a Bobby Green, man. I think the value's there. Disrespectful, man. Super disrespectful. On a huge underdog like that. Like he wasn't prepared to fight or nothing like that. So
nah, yeah, for sure.
y'all tripping.
But
But we'll
yeah,
see. Hopefully it cashes. Hopefully, he doesn't disappoint us and doesn't talk too much shit, and then like something
Nah, yeah,
happens.
because it's gonna be a close one in the MMA math where Jalen Turner lost to Hooker. Green was supposed to fight Hooker. I don't know. It doesn't nothing equals anything, but we'll see what
Yeah.
happens.
But yeah, that you gotta I don't know if the books are tricking us. You know how they say there's trap lines or whatever, trying to
Yeah,
entice us for money, but you could take some of my money.
yeah. Also, it was supposed to be a 5 round fight with Hooker, so yeah,
So you think the cardio is definitely gonna be there for Green because he's a prepared, or he
yeah.
should be prepared, and he's never had a cardio issue ever.
Nah, man. I
So,
feel like if he can like get away from like the grappling with Jalen and just let his hands off, he might mess. It's gonna be an interesting fight.
but he's gonna have to go in and out, move in and out because Jalen's so lanky.
Yeah,
That's another thing is like if he stands far, he usually likes to keep a distance, but
but
when he
that's
keeps a
how.
distance, he likes to go in and out.
But that's how it was gonna be with Hooker too. So,
Hooker's lanky as well.
yep.
Um, Now we got the main event, baby. We got Beneil Dariush against Arman Tsarukyan. Great matchup, man. I think this is a real competitive matchup. It's not sexy in the names, for the headliners, for
Mhm.
the general public, but if you're an MMA fan, you know this is a pretty decent matchup here that needs to happen. Um, as far as the odds go, Tsarukyan minus 275, Dariush plus 235, somewhere around there right now. Another wide
Damn,
line,
big
disrespectful.
underdog.
Yeah, Dariush he's been disrespected by not only the betting fans, the MMA fans, Dana White. He's been just always disrespected throughout his career, I feel like. And I felt bad for him when he got finished most recently by Charles Oliveira with the ground and pound, even though I was cheering for Charles, right? But it's like, damn, bro, that just like makes people believe, not believe in you even more. They already
Yeah.
underrate you. But like, hey, you can't disrespect him. He was on a huge winning streak before that and beating some like decent competition, man.
Oh, he's
Um,
a beast, man. Like you said, he be getting hating on against Oliveira. That was just Oliveira's night. He got caught. He tried to get it too dirty, but it's gonna be a interesting fight because Sarukian is such a top prospect. But I feel like Dariush is grappling is just as good or better. Striking is there. Cause Sarukian, he's good, but also like go to his he's kind
yeah,
of go down.
23, 27. Yep, he most recently beat that Joaquin guy we are talking about, Joaquin Silva, who's a little older, been in the UFC for a minute.
Yeah,
Ismagulov lost to Gamrot. That's the loss he does have in the UFC, and to Makachev. So he's lost twice in the UFC. But damn, like Makachev was his debut fight in the
yeah,
UFC. That's tough.
man. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the OG. I'm going with a lot of OGs today.
Hey, they're all dogs, but hey, I'm on the same wavelength, man. This is another play that I also fired on Sunday. I had Dariush plus 245. I think he's great. Plus 200 or better. I think Dariush is value, man. I mean, value isn't everything. Value doesn't guarantee that we cash tickets and win bets, but God, I think that's a disrespectful ass line, man. That's really what it is. Like plus 240, like Dariush hasn't done shit in the, it's just like that has to be. I just can't imagine like laying 275 with Tsarukyan because the fight has to be closer than that.
Nah,
More
yeah, and then the fight with Oliveira was like after a long ass layoff. So
exactly. And like
I feel like
Oliveira is like best of the
yeah, I mean,
best.
and
I
then
mean,
yeah, he was on a mission that night. I mean, it might be like the rebirth of Oliver. You know what I'm saying? So we might see the rebirth of Benio Dariush for this fight. What's the over?
under over gave up your eggs Benedict. Over 3.5 is minus 130. 3.5 is
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I
yeah.
feel like because this is a 5 rounder. I feel like it's gonna go. It's gonna be close.
I like
I
that, man.
just
I might fire that too.
I just hope that if it's not the age catching up to Dariush and his chin isn't there anymore. So like if he gets slept or something, that's gonna be like, oh shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that would be
Um,
like more thing like maybe he might just be done. You feel me? So
yeah. If he gets brutally finished after a few like couple rounds, 1 round, 2 round, then yeah, I'm off the Darius train. His just time might have passed, but like you said,
yeah.
like I like that over. I might fire that right after this as well. The over at minus 130, it's pretty reasonable.
Oh
Um,
shit.
I can see them doing a lot of like grappling, like you said, like trying to clinch, grapple, get to the ground, reverse.
Yeah.
So that burns time and clock, and usually doesn't take a whole bunch of damage. So yeah, I'm going Dariush. I like the over with you as well. So I'm gonna fire that. Let's see what else we got. As far as props, I mean, I'm not gonna be big on props this week, but I mean, decision, plus 215 Tsarukyan, decision, Dariush plus 600. Wow. Oh, I might look into that a little more. It says Benil by decision plus 600.
No, yeah, that's solid.
That looks like a big flyer there, but I kind of like that one, man. So I'll leave that. But yeah, man. And any favorite fights before we get to best bets here?
Hey, so Roundtree's not on this card no more, right?
Yeah, that's sad, bro. Oh no,
That's
that's
whack.
the next card, I think.
Nah, that was supposed to be on this one. He was supposed to fight Azamat Murkanzakov.
Oh
Damn. That's
no, he was
weak.
fine. Let me check here because I was
Yeah,
looking at his plans fights. Let's see.
yeah, because it's supposed to be
Yeah, you're right.
a six main card, 6 fight
Where's it
main
kind of
card.
got pneumonia? It says here.
What a bitch. What the
Oh man,
heck?
that's all funny. But
But yeah,
that sucks. Roundtree. Shout out to Khalil Roundtree. I ran into him at what is it? Was it the Venetian?
he's a beast.
Caesars.
But
Caesars.
Caesars,
I interrupted his whole phone call. I felt
Damn.
bad. He was on the phone. I was like, "Hey, when you're done, can I get a picture?"
He's
He
part
said,
of
"Yeah."
juice.
He's cool. He's cool about it. Uh, yeah, man. What fights are you looking most forward to? I guess the main events are dope for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna do on most fights. I guess Gaslam and Brady. I think that'd be dope. Actually, Figueroa and Font. That might be the best fight.
Yeah, we need some questions answered there. That's why we want to
Also,
see.
Dariush and Tsarukyan might be good too. Because if Tsarukyan beats Dariush easy, that's gonna say finally something big about him. Because you look at his record, he ain't really beat nobody too dope.
Yeah, and he was. People were saying it was like him and who's the other prospect in the? I think they're in the lower weight division, but the Taporia. Those were the two
Yeah,
guys that were getting boosted at the same time.
yeah,
Uh,
they kind of look the same too.
yeah, and then now it's like, oh well, Pator what's his name?
Hey,
Taporia is like
he
the guy
beat
now.
OAM though.
Yeah, and OAM, you guys seen him? Shout out to OAM, bro. He just
He's
retired.
PFL, yeah. Well, he said he might come back, but he's
Yeah,
probably
but he
not.
said chances are not because he made what two
Yeah,
million in the last
2
year bonus.
million. Yep.
That's on top of the pay he was already getting.
Yeah, top of everything too. Sponsor because they still get their sponsors and everything. So
So he's
yeah,
probably like, I don't even need to fight. He
nah,
won
he
twice, back to back.
making bread. But yeah, that's gonna be a good fight. Be interesting. Also, Bobby Green, he's always good to see. Yeah, this is a good ass card.
Yeah, I'm glad we're back. I'm glad MMA, UFC, we're back here, man. It's gonna be dope. But as far as best, what do you want to go with here? We're on fire, man. We're gonna finish the year strong, man. I
Yeah,
mean,
we're
we
gonna
technically
I
already,
fight
yeah. How many more events we got? 2, 3 more before the year ends.
something like that. Something like that.
So we're gonna finish. We're gonna finish positive.
But yeah, man. I'm gonna do like a throwback parlay. Like I said, we're gonna do who did I say? Misha Tate and
Yeah, yeah.
Guida. And we're gonna add to that. We're gonna add Kelvin to that.
Oh, okay. He's kind of old school too nowadays compared to
Oh,
he's
he's
just been there
old
for a
school,
minute.
bro. He won. I forgot which Ultimate Fighter hella long ago. He's old school now.
This whole card is like that too. I feel
Yeah,
like
because I mean you can I could definitely add to that if I wanted to, like to get extra greedy, like Bobby Green and
Bobby Green,
Dariush. You feel me? Like
the underdogs. You could just get those together,
that's a triple OG, like quadruple OG parlay right there. So that might be like a little bonus. Just add all those together.
dude.
But
That'd
for
be
sure,
crazy. Let me while you keep talking, go ahead.
no, yeah. And then I'm gonna do another random triple parlay right here with Wellington Thurman, Drakkar Close, and Punahili.
Hey,
And then
you said Punahele League, Jakar close and what?
and Wellington, Beef Wellington.
Okay. All right, one more.
And then I'm gonna do probably just a straight up bet with like Rob Font.
in font minus 140.
Yeah. And then like some side one, I probably do if you want to do the main event, co-main event, Bobby Green and Dariush, maybe some shit like that. But that's just bonus play.
Hey, your bonus play will become my best bets here. I think I'm gonna go. I'm going Green. I already took him at plus 210, but I'll put him down at plus 190. As that's what's on Bet Online right now. But I would take him at plus 150 or better. I think the value's there. Same situation with Dariush, man. I just think that the odds are just too disrespectful on that. Dariush at plus 235, but I got him at plus 245. I would take him all the way down to plus 200, like I said. And then for some greasy parlay, we always like to give at least one greasy parlay out.
I didn't go greasy this time.
You didn't go too greasy. You went crazy. Let's see.
I want.
And I also like Rob Font, so I'll be on there. But since you already gave that one, I'm not going to also give that one. But I also like Rob Font. For those wondering, the more we talk about it, the more I like Rob Font as well. And Drakkar Close. That's also I'm leaning, getting there. I'm getting there more on those, so I might be firing on those. Not the Bellato guy.
I think Gaslam's gonna win though. That would put that as the best bet. Brady, I'm not sold on him, so if he wins, then I'll be like, okay. But
oh yeah, I found what I was looking for.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, I'll do a 3. I'll give y'all a 3 banger to make it some plus money. I hate doing parlays that aren't plus money, but I'm doing Zachary Reese, Joaquin Silva, and Wellington Turman. Get your beef Wellingtons ready. Okay, get it all up. And that would be that's around plus 191. I will say plus 190 right now for that. So yeah, that's gonna be a little greasy parlay as well for y'all. But yeah, man, hit us up. If you guys have any thoughts or anything on this card, fade us, passes. But right now we're doing great on the season. So, hopefully you're not fading too much because you'd probably be losing on that one. But yeah, so some other last minute thoughts here.
Nah, man. UFC is back with a solid ass card. Shit's super stacked in my opinion. Well, nah, it's like for like a free card, like because it's on ESPN Plus, right? Yeah, it's a good card, and it's gonna be in a live crowd, so that also might add some, some
regular
juice
size
to some
octagon.
fighters. Yeah, because even Bobby Green's been saying he been wanting to fight in front of a live crowd in like forever. So like he hates fighting at the Apex, but I mean a lot of them do. But yeah, man, I think it's gonna be a good card.
All right, y'all. We'll smoke up. Grab your egg bennies that day. Grab your beef Wellingtons.
It's a regular time though, right?
Yeah, it's the prelims start at 1 p.m. Pacific.
Okay, so like 4
p.m. Pacific.
Yeah, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, it's in Austin, Texas, so it's like 2 hours ahead of West Coast time. So yeah, but shout out to y'all, man. Peace out, Austin 316. Smoke one.